So I started my little Bible read-through for the year, my Apostate Bible read-through. But anyway, I started in Genesis 1 through 3, and there's so much going on there. But the thing that it struck me the most in this read that was so interesting was the cross-resonance that you have with this particular story, this myth, this telling of cosmology that really has a lot of resonance with Indian philosophical tradition, and then in particularly Roman poetic tradition, things that I was thinking about, which is like the degradation from the Edenic past or the perfect past down through various stages into an age of alienation, maybe self-corruption, something along those lines. And so you find this in Indian philosophy with the yugas, the 4 cycles that degrade from a time when quality and quantity are integrated, then down to a reign of quantity, which is something that René Guénon writes about. And then in Roman poetry, in Ovid's Metamorphoses, you get this with the 4 ages, the Golden Age, the Silver Age, the Bronze Age, and then down into the Iron Age, which is again the age of strife and conflict and bloodshed. And I think you find something similar in what you get with the cosmology in the Old Testament, in Genesis 1 through 3. Everything is made perfectly, God ordains it good, things are made after their own kind, there's a harmony, there's a purpose, there's kind of an ethos that's holding everything together, and then sin is that thing that fractures it. And then in that fracturing, what you get is not just some sort of actual historical reality of there was a time when there really was a perfect age of perfect harmony or perfect balance, but rather I think what it speaks of is that perpetual sense that things just aren't right. There's a sense that we can taste the infinity, the perfection of things, that we can sense it. Maybe we have sensed it in our lives or in our social and political organizations, that there are moments of transcendence, but then at the same time we get brought back down to earth and we realize we're infinitude. And that's the idea of the knowledge, eating of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. When they bite into the pomegranate, not the apple, according to when you bite into that, what happens is there's a revelation that we aren't in that state. And it's that perpetual fracturing between the desire that we have for perfection, but the reality that we're stuck between infinitude and finitude. And that's really what the tale of the fall is really ultimately about, the creation and the fall, is that it's the perpetual recognition of the human experience of finitude being fractured and separated from perfection. It's really ultimately a tale, I think, of desire and longing, not necessarily an historical or even, let's say, a cosmological tale.